Chosen one, this is no accident. You were led here by heaven itself. Right now, in this very moment, a divine encounter has been arranged for your spirit. Something profound has shifted in the unseen realm, and your path has been sovereignly directed to cross this message today. You are positioned at the doorway of a mighty supernatural shift, a sacred instant where God personally intervenes in your journey, bringing fresh supply, crystal clear guidance, and heavenly resources that far exceed anything you have prayed for. The exhaustion and heaviness you have carried for years are being removed. The anxieties that robbed your peace in the quiet hours are fading. The waiting periods that caused you to question your worth are dissolving in the light of God's flawless timing. Chosen one, awaken your innermost being and receive this with every part of your soul. You are entering a season where God Himself resources what He has destined, where heavenly wisdom merges with abundant supply, where every word declared over your life starts to take tangible form before your eyes. Just as Philippians 4:19 declares, God shall supply all your needs according to His riches in glory by Christ Jesus, not from finite human means, but from the boundless wealth of heaven. You are walking into holy provision. You are walking into divine alignment. You are walking into the destiny that heaven has long prepared and reserved exclusively for you. Chosen one, prepare your heart and spirit. What is about to unfold is far grander than anything you have envisioned. Chosen one, listen closely with the deepest part of your spirit. What is taking place in your life right now is far from random, accidental, or mere coincidence. This is a sacred transition, a holy rearrangement of the spiritual atmosphere surrounding you. It is the precise moment when heaven invades your story in ways that human logic, perfect timing, or personal effort could never explain. You are being moved from a life shaped by constant survival into a life sustained by supernatural abundance. As you receive this word, your spirit already recognizes it. Something within you is stirring. Something within you is remembering. Something within you is awakening to everything heaven has quietly, patiently, and faithfully been preparing for you behind the scenes all this time. For far too long, chosen one, you have moved from one crisis to the next, bearing the full weight of every bill, every hard decision, every hidden fear, and every unanswered prayer. You have stretched yourself beyond limits, forcing life to work through your own limited strength. You have carried burdens heavier than anyone around you ever realized, and you have wondered, in more moments than you can count, how much longer you could possibly hold on. But the season of scraping by, of endlessly searching for the next temporary fix, is being dismantled by heaven's own hand. You are entering a realm where God is no longer merely your comforter. He is becoming your true source, your faithful provider, the one who personally backs and resources your every step, your vision, your healing, your God-given ideas, and your divine elevation. Lack is no longer the story written over your life. That old narrative is being erased completely from the roots. And I speak this as one who has walked through my own wilderness seasons, who knows the weight of staring at circumstances that seem to contradict every promise of God. I remember times when I was balancing impossible deadlines, heavy responsibilities, and silent inner battles all at once. Even when no one else saw the struggle, God saw everything. And every single time I came to the end of my own strength, heaven had already arranged a provision I could never have foreseen, a connection I didn't engineer, a door I couldn't have opened, a breakthrough I could not have manufactured on my own. That same unstoppable grace is now rising over your life, chosen one. Heaven is not handing you scraps. Heaven is preparing a table of abundance. This is not about short-lived relief or fleeting solutions that vanish as quickly as they appear. This is about holy overflow divine abundance that reaches far beyond finances alone. Yes, financial resources are on their way. Yes, money will arrive exactly when it is needed. But heaven is releasing so much more than money. Ideas are coming. Sudden favor is coming. Deep peace is coming. Unexplainable clarity is coming. Perfect divine timing is coming. True rest is coming. Complete healing is coming. Answers and solutions are arriving even before the challenges fully form. You are entering a supernatural flow where circumstances begin to line up with a grace that defies natural understanding. You are stepping into blessings you did not pursue, opportunities you did not force, and doors you did not have to knock on repeatedly. This is heavenly strategy at work. This is divine orchestration. This is heaven positioning you for what has always belonged to you through Christ. I have spoken with countless individuals who buried their dreams deep because they believed their resources were too limited, their timing was wrong, or their opportunity had passed forever. But one story always stays with me. A woman who carried a powerful vision in her heart for almost 10 years. She was convinced she had missed her moment, that life had moved on without her. Then, on an ordinary day, someone simply overheard her speaking about her passion. Within weeks, everything changed. Her assignment was fully funded, supported, and set into motion. Later, she shared these words with me. God could not release it until I stopped living in survival mode and started believing again. Chosen one, this is your personal invitation to believe once more. You have spent years attempting to earn through effort what heaven always planned to freely give. You have tried to prove your worth through constant striving, through striving for perfection, through exhausting yourself in overwork. But what is coming toward you now is not a reward for performance. It is a release rooted in your God-given purpose. You are entering the kind of blessing that cannot be created by human hands, the kind of elevation that cannot be negotiated or forced, the kind of provision that defies natural explanation. God is personally resourcing your future because your life carries eternal weight. There is destiny woven into your very being. There is holy assignment resting upon you. There is kingdom impact tied to your existence. You are not merely being blessed, you are being entrusted. And because of this, chosen one, this is not the time to shrink back. This is not the moment to entertain doubt. This is not the season to sabotage what heaven is releasing by thinking too small or settling for far too little. Heaven did not carry you through everything you have faced just to allow you to question your value now. Lift your eyes. Something powerful is shifting. Something sacred is awakening. Something divine is unlocking specifically for you. What felt like delay was actually divine preparation. What felt like denial was actually heavenly alignment. Heaven is restoring the years that seemed lost. Heaven is redeeming what was taken. Heaven is rewriting what you thought was permanently broken. And heaven is doing it all in a way that will silence every lying voice that ever told you it would not happen for you. Chosen one, what does it look like when God personally funds your life? It looks like rest that confuses those who wished you harm. It looks like strategies you never studied for. It looks like solutions arriving before the storm fully hits. It looks like doors flying open exactly when you thought you had no strength left to knock. It looks like peace in the middle of chaos, clarity in the midst of confusion, and unexpected favor leaving divine fingerprints all over your journey. When heaven resources your purpose, nothing can block what truly belongs to you, not your past mistakes, not your deepest fears, not the people who walked away, not the seasons that seemed to disqualify you. You were chosen before the foundation of the world. You were called long before life tried to convince you otherwise. And what God opens, no one can close. What God closes, no one can force open. This is your appointed moment, chosen one. Heaven is transforming the atmosphere around you. Heaven is breaking every cycle of survival off your life. Heaven is backing you with a strength, a confidence, and a divine support you have never experienced before. You are stepping into the fullness of what was written over your life long ago. You are stepping into your sacred provision. You are stepping into your supernatural supply. Chosen one, breathe this truth deep into your spirit. Feel it rise within you. Let your innermost being recognize and receive it. Heaven is approving everything you need. Heaven is accelerating what was delayed. Heaven is aligning what was scattered. And heaven is preparing you for a life that no longer resembles struggle, but radiates purpose fulfilled. Chosen one, as this sacred transition deepens, you must know that nothing happening in your life right now is random. Every inner stirring, every shift, every moment your spirit feels stretched or newly alive is part of a holy realignment orchestrated by heaven. You are being moved from a life of constant reaction to a life of divine receiving, from endless striving to holy surrender, from uncertainty to unshakable supernatural certainty. There were long seasons where you did everything humanly possible with whatever little you had, surviving on fading strength and fragile hope. Yet even in those hidden moments, heaven was watching, arranging, and preparing what you could not yet see. Now the very atmosphere around you is beginning to respond to that unseen work. You may sense it in quiet ways, your thoughts changing, your expectations lifting, your old fears losing their hold. These are not minor changes. They are powerful confirmations that heaven's perfect timing has met your faithful obedience. Chosen one, this is the season where God is not only meeting your immediate needs, He is revealing to you what has always been yours in Him. A divine identity is awakening within you. And as that identity rises, everything attached to you must rise as well. The way you think, the way you speak, the places you occupy, the opportunities that find you, all of it begins to match who you truly are in the Spirit. I remember times in my own journey when I felt an inner stirring long before any outward evidence appeared. Days when a quiet whisper inside said, "More is coming," even though everything around me looked unchanged. And every time I leaned into that whisper, every time I refused to fall back into fear, provision followed, not always dramatically, but always faithfully, in small signs that heaven was moving me forward step by step. That same invisible yet unstoppable grace is now active in your life. There are blessings overtaking you that you cannot trace to your own efforts. There are divine connections forming without your planning. There are resources being drawn to you because heaven has commanded them to locate you. You may notice certain things quietly falling away. Old habits, certain relationships, environments that no longer fit the future you are stepping into. Though part of you may want to hold on to the familiar, your spirit knows it is time to let go. When heaven is expanding you, anything that restricts or diminishes you must be lovingly removed. This removal is not rejection, it is divine protection, refinement, and preparation. God is making holy room for what carries eternal weight, purpose, and promise. The chosen one you are becoming cannot remain tied to what belonged only to your season of survival. Your new chapter requires a new atmosphere, and heaven is faithfully rearranging everything to match what is ahead. As you move into this supernatural alignment, the way you carry yourself will transform. You will walk with a deeper peace because the crushing pressure you once bore is no longer yours to carry. You will speak with greater clarity because heaven is ordering your thoughts. You will make decisions with growing confidence because fear is losing its authority over you. I have walked through seasons where worry nearly silenced my dreams. It was only when I fully surrendered that inner fight that God released what was always meant for me. That same holy surrender is now being invited from you, chosen one, not a passive giving up, but an active posture of trust that declares, "I don't know how, but I know who." This is the sacred place where supernatural supply truly begins to flow. Provision that arrives before you even ask. Opportunities that align without your forcing them. Ideas that ignite when you least expect. You will find yourself solving challenges with wisdom you didn't study for. You will enter conversations that carry the exact answers you have been seeking. You will watch heaven move obstacles out of your path and draw the right people toward you in perfect timing. And as all of this unfolds, understand this: you are not just being blessed, you are being strategically positioned. Blessing comes for your comfort, but positioning comes for your calling. Chosen one, heaven is not preparing you for a single moment. Heaven is preparing you for a mantle, a lasting role of influence in realms you have not yet entered. Your presence will begin to shift atmospheres. Your voice will carry new authority. Your choices will impact lives in ways you never anticipated. This is why God is strengthening your foundation now. The blessing coming will not overwhelm or destroy you because He is building you inwardly before He expands you outwardly. Chosen one, as this inner transformation deepens, you will begin to view life through the eyes of someone who has finally learned to trust rather than merely survive. You will stop asking, "Will this work out?" and start declaring, "It is already finished." You will stop obsessing over timing and begin flowing in divine timing. You will stop shrinking to fit old spaces and start rising into the places heaven has prepared for you. The fear that once held power over you will lose its voice as your identity aligns with eternal truth. Chosen one, every step you take from this day forward is guided, resourced, and empowered by heaven. You are not walking alone. You are not building alone. You are not transitioning alone. You are being carried by a power greater than fear, greater than lack, greater than any uncertainty. Something holy is unfolding. Something ancient is awakening. Something divine is being released over your life. And this is only the beginning of what heaven has in store for you. Chosen one, as this divine story continues, you are being ushered into a dimension where everything looks different, because everything truly is different. The old battles that drained you no longer hold authority. The old fears that silenced you no longer have a voice. The old cycles that kept you small are breaking because your spirit is awakening to a greater reality. You are stepping out of patterns that lasted years and into alignments that happen in divine moments. Heaven has accelerated your timeline. Even if your eyes cannot yet fully see it, your spirit feels the shift. A clarity is descending upon you that cannot be explained by circumstances, only by heavenly revelation. You are becoming someone who walks with unshakable certainty because you now know who walks with you. Chosen one, you may have noticed recently that things that used to shake you no longer move you the way they once did. This is not emotional numbness, this is spiritual maturity. It is the quiet strength of someone who has survived storms that should have destroyed them, heartbreaks that should have shattered them forever, pressures that should have crushed their hope. Yet here you stand, still rising, still believing, still pressing forward even when life tried to force you to stay stuck. I have been in that place where the weight felt unbearable, the waiting felt endless, and heaven's silence felt like abandonment. But every time I reached my limit, God revealed He had been carrying me the entire time. That same revelation is now breaking over you. A supernatural steadiness is forming inside you, a stillness born from knowing that God is not merely watching your life. He is masterfully directing it. This awareness is changing how you move through your days. You will notice a new boldness when you speak of your dreams. You will feel peace filling spaces that were once consumed by panic. You will find yourself expecting good instead of bracing for the worst. These are signs that heaven is renewing your mind, realigning your heart, and reshaping your identity from the inside out. And chosen one, because your identity is shifting, your entire environment must shift with it. There are connections that once felt close, but now feel distant, not because of conflict, but because of calling. There are conversations that no longer nourish your spirit. There are old versions of yourself that no longer feel right, because your spirit has outgrown your past. This is not loss, this is liberation. This is God removing burdens you didn't even realize you carried. When heaven elevates you, separation is part of the process. But this separation is not punishment, it is preparation. You cannot step into your divine assignment while holding on to what was only meant for a previous season. In this new chapter, you will be drawn to higher places, higher thoughts, higher standards, higher connections. You will begin to crave what aligns with your destiny rather than what merely comforts your past. You are being refined into someone who can carry spiritual wealth, mental strength, and yes, financial abundance without being overcome by it. Heaven is preparing you for influence, not just provision. This requires depth, discernment, and spiritual weight, and heaven is building that weight within you right now. Even as this inner work continues, you will notice divine timing working in ways that feel almost miraculous. Opportunities that seemed delayed will suddenly appear. Conversations that felt impossible will open effortlessly. Ideas that once seemed too vast will now feel natural because your capacity has grown. I have seen this in my own life moments where everything aligned in ways I could never have planned or forced. That is what happens when heaven fully resources your steps. That is what happens when divine timing takes control. That is exactly what is happening for you now, chosen one. Everything tied to your purpose is being activated. Your gifts are sharpening. Your vision is expanding. Your intuition is heightening. And as this happens, solutions will begin to flow with an ease you have never known. When heaven funds your life, provision becomes a rhythm, a consistent pattern, the natural result of walking in alignment. You will no longer have to chase what is already assigned to you. What is meant for you will seek you, follow you, and flow to you because heaven has decreed it. This is the beauty of divine flow. You are not forcing anything. You are not fighting for crumbs. You are walking in grace. And grace accomplishes what human effort never could. Grace opens doors. Grace attracts resources. Grace draws the right people. Grace reveals strategy. Grace carries you through territory that once terrified you. Grace is becoming your new normal. And the more you trust it, the more it multiplies. Chosen one, prepare your heart. You are stepping into days where provision will no longer surprise you. It will be expected. You are stepping into a season where peace will not be occasional. It will be your foundation. You are stepping into a life where blessings will not feel random. They will feel perfectly aligned. Heaven is rewriting your story from the core outward, and soon everything around you will reflect the transformation within you. Chosen one, as you continue walking deeper into this divine transformation, you will notice that heaven's movement in your life is becoming unmistakable. What once came as gentle whispers of hope now arrives as clear heavenly declarations. What once appeared as scattered signs now forms an undeniable pattern. What once felt like isolated breakthroughs now reveals a masterful strategy woven through your entire journey. You are entering a season where heaven is no longer merely suggesting, it is proclaiming. And every proclamation carries tangible evidence that you are no longer just enduring. You are ascending. You are shifting into a realm where your spirit leads long before your circumstances fully catch up. Chosen one of the first signs you will recognize is how quickly clarity now comes. Answers you waited months or years for will suddenly unfold. You will know the next step without endless overthinking. You will sense divine direction without second-guessing if it truly comes from God. This clarity flows not from your mind alone, but from your awakened spirit. Heaven is synchronizing your thoughts with your calling, your desires with your destiny, your vision with God's perfect timing. And because of this deep alignment, confusion is losing all power over you. I have had seasons where I pleaded for answers and met only silence, only to later discover that silence was preparing me for a clarity that would forever change my path. That same life-altering clarity is now drawing near to you. As clarity grows, so will the weight and urgency of your calling. You will feel an inner fire reignite days when you awaken, knowing something eternal is on the horizon. Moments when passion surges without warning. Conversations that remind you of who you were always created to be. This is heaven stirring your spirit. This is God awakening your assignment. This is your purpose rising from the shadows into the light. And chosen one, you will no longer be able to ignore it, hide from it, or diminish it. Heaven has placed too much within you to allow you to remain small. As your assignment awakens, your surroundings will shift more noticeably. Some people who once felt comfortable in your presence may now feel unsettled as your spirit grows stronger. Spaces that once felt safe may begin to feel confining. Conversations that once filled time may now feel empty. This happens because your spirit is rising, and anything that does not match that rise will naturally separate. This is not punishment, it is divine filtering. God is guarding the purity of what He is building in you by removing anything that could hinder its growth. You may feel tempted to cling to old connections or routines, but chosen one, release is required for true rising. You cannot carry yesterday's weights into tomorrow's dimension. In this season, heaven will also reorder your priorities. Things you once accepted will no longer feel right in your spirit. Habits will fall away naturally because they no longer fit the person you are becoming. You will hunger for peace over approval, purpose over distraction, depth over superficiality. I have walked through this same refining and wondered why certain things no longer satisfied me, only to realize my spirit had outgrown what my old self once relied on. You are experiencing that sacred growth now. It is proof that heaven is maturing you for greater kingdom responsibility. Chosen one, as this maturity takes root, you will move with a confidence born not of accomplishment or praise, but of revelation, a deep knowing that you are backed by heaven, guided by God, sustained by grace. This confidence may feel new because for years you were taught to doubt your voice, minimize your strength, or shrink your calling. But as God fortifies you inwardly, your confidence will stand independent of circumstances. It will be rooted in your true identity as one chosen, anointed, and appointed to carry what others cannot. As your confidence rises, opportunities will begin to recognize you before you even see them. You will step into moments perfectly designed for your unique gifting. You will encounter people sent directly by heaven into your path. You will enter rooms your former self would never have believed possible. And with each open door, an inner assurance will rise, not surprise, but recognition of divine alignment. Deep within, you will know that everything unfolding around you was first prepared inside you. Heaven never releases outward blessing before you are inwardly ready. Chosen one, brace yourself. This supernatural alignment is only beginning. You are entering a flow where breakthroughs feel natural, elevation feels inevitable, and blessings feel like the authentic expression of who you are becoming. Heaven is not merely changing your situation. Heaven is transforming you, and soon, everything and everyone around you will adjust to the powerful version of you that God has long prepared for this exact season. Chosen one, as this sacred message draws to a close, let your spirit settle into this eternal truth. Heaven has already acted on your behalf. You are not waiting for your breakthrough, you are living in the midst of it. This is your Kairos moment, your God-ordained season where provision overflows, clarity abounds, and every need is met by the one who handpicked you. What has begun stirring in your spirit today will not fade, it will expand, strengthen, and become the foundation of the extraordinary life heaven has always destined for you. Chosen one, step forward now with holy reverence and unshakable boldness. The supernatural shift has already begun. The holy wind is at your back. The path ahead is divinely blessed. The promises over you are eternally sealed. Stay anchored in this truth. Keep your heart wide open. Walk with the full assurance of one who is completely resourced, backed, and funded by heaven itself. If this word has ignited something deep in your spirit, declare your faith in the comments below. Share this message with someone who needs to be reminded that God has never forgotten them. And if the Spirit leads you, stay connected here with Sacred Chosen One so your spirit remains rooted in divine truth. Be deeply blessed, Chosen One. Your provision has arrived. Your confirmation is here. Your destined future is unfolding now.